What is the legend of the Pukwudgie? Stay tuned after this. What's up, Grayson Report? If you like all things spooky, unexplained, strange and unusual, creepy, eerie, you're in the right place. And as always, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, click that notification bell, and comment if you like my videos. Just also triple check to make sure you're subscribed because YouTube likes to be scandalous. If you've been following me sometime, you know how much I love folklore. Native American folklore is no different. I found this cool article. It is inside the legend of the Pukwudgie, the cunning cryptids of Native American myth. When Pukwudgies are said to be good-hearted, if treated kindly, they can become lethal when slighted, and they can use their magical powers to kill. Almost all cultures throughout history have their own cryptids, elusive beings whose existence has never been proven. In Wampanoag legend, that creature is the Pukwudgie. Tiny and magical Pukwudgies could be compared to gnomes or fairies of European folklore. Due to their penchant for teasing humans with harmless pranks, they appear rather charming compared to other mythical monsters. However, the knee-high pest also have a deadly side. Pukwudgies have allegedly been known to lure victims into dangerous situations or even right off of cliffs. Some versions of the legend claim that even their state is lethal and that even their stare is lethal and that they could shapeshift into forest predators and make people forget things. While not a single Pukwudgie has ever been captured for documentation, and many people have only heard of them because of their place in Harry Potter lore, the enduring tales about these mischievous cryptids continue to enchant believers to this day. The word Pukwudgie, also spelled Pukwudgie or Bagwagini, reportedly translate to person of the wilderness. Stories about these magical creatures are still told throughout New England and the Great Lakes region today, but the legend seemingly originated with the Wampanoag tribe of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Standing no more than 3 feet tall, the face of the Pukwudgies have facial features similar to those of the Wampanoag people. However, their ears, fingers, and noses are greatly enlarged and their skin is gray and smooth, wrote Teresa Bain in the Encyclopedia of Fairies and World Folklore and Mythology. The nature of these tricksters entities is as desperate as the spelling of their names, as indigenous folklore warns that Pukwudgies can be dangerous if treated with disrespect. Those treated kindly are purportedly good-natured, while those who are slighted are said to be deadly. Benevolent Pukwudgies may merely engage in harmless trickery with unsuspecting humans, and according to legend, they even help Native Americans with manual labor on occasion. Their evil counterparts, however, are said to steal from children, dangerously sabotage people, and lure their enemies to death by leading them off of cliffs. Bain wrote that they even cast magical balls of light to lure victims into the woods where they are then killed or kidnapped. According to indigenous lore, the Pukwudgie's primary nemesis was Maushop, the Wampanoag folk hero who purportedly created Nantucket. In fact, some versions of the legend even claim Pukwudgies were behind Maushop's death. Pukwudgies are often described as forest creatures that stand knee-high and have a sweet smell. Their powers vary from tale to tale. Some stories say they turn invisible, shoot poison darts, kidnap children, or shapeshift into a creature that looks like a porcupine from the back and a half-human, half-troll from the front. Wampanoag mythology suggests that Pukwudgies were initially friendly with humans, but they became jealous when the Wampanoag people started idolizing Maushop, a mythical giant. Feeling slighted, the creature began playing mischievous pranks on humans. Members of the Wampanoag tribe started complaining about the Pukwudgie's tricks, so Maushop exiled them by shaking them until they were confused and tossing them across America. Unfortunately, his plan backfired. The Pukwudgies returned with a vengeance, and their pranks soon turned deadly. As the story goes, they began kidnapping children, burning villages, and harming Wampanoag people. I mean, I don't agree with them harming people or doing what they do, but I don't blame them for being pissed off. Come on, they were thrown across the America, basically kicked out of their home. So I don't blame them. I don't. Instead of dealing with them himself, Maushop sent his 5 sons to get rid of the Pukwudgies again. However, the creatures lured the boys into deep grass and killed them with their magical arrows. Another version of the legend claims that they killed Moushop too. Tales of the Pukwudgies aren't limited to Native American lore. However, Pukwudgie sightings throughout history. In 2023, a woman named Mary reportedly emailed the blog New England Folklore to report a Pukwudgie sighting. Mary claims she was walking a dog between 4 and 5 a.m. when she saw a humanoid creature with black matted fur and glowing eyes. When she told her coworkers about it the next day, they informed her it was probably a Pukwudgie. More than 30 years prior to Mary's Pukwudgie sighting, a man named Bill Russo reportedly saw a similar being while walking his own dog in 1990. The creature allegedly turned to lure him into the dark woods, but he managed to escape. There are also rumors that Pukwudgies terrorize humans in Massachusetts' Freetown State Forest. Several unexplained deaths in recent years have allegedly been blamed on Pukwudgies luring people off of a towering cliff in the forest known as a Sonnet Ledge. The area is less than 20 miles from Hockomock Swamp, which some legends claim is the place where Pukwudgies originated. The tales of the Pukwudgies aren't limited to New England, however. According to the Indiana Historical Society, the Lenape tribe has their own legend about the tiny cryptids. They reportedly lurked in forests in the state and played harmless pranks. In 1927, a 10-year-old Indiana boy named Paul Startzman claimed that he was walking alone in a park when a 2-foot-tall man with blonde hair appeared in front of him. However, residents named Eloise once recalled a group of small people with high-pitched voices who spoke in a strange language approaching her in a park. Whether or not these stories are true, it is up for debate, but it is undeniable that the Pukwudgie has a grip on people's imaginations and on pop culture. The Pukwudgie and popular culture. The legend of the Pukwudgie made its first appearance outside of folklore in 1855 when Henry Wadsworth Longfellow wrote the Song of Hiawatha. The epic chronicles the life of a fictional Ojibwe warrior and the tragic conclusion of his love for a Dakota woman. The poem also relates the death of Hiawatha's friend Quazind and his encounter with Pukwudgies. Longfellow wrote, "But the mischievous Pukwudgies, they, the envious little people, they, the fairies and the pygmies, plotted and conspired against him." Longfellow went on to explain that the only thing that could kill Quazind were the seed cone of the pine tree and the blue cone of the fir tree. The Pukwudgies knew this secret, so they gathered up piles of cones and lay in wait for Quazind. Then they ambushed and murdered him. These deadly cryptids appeared in much more recent pop culture, as well as J.K. Rowling's named one of the 4 houses of Ilvermorny, Hogwarts' American counterpart, Pukwudgie. The creature even lived at the school and acted as providers of security and maintenance. I am a fan of Hogwarts, but I did not know there was a Hogwarts American counterpart, so that's kind of interesting. Rowling's Pukwudgies are clearly not as evil or as elusive as the cryptid said to have caused countless deaths throughout history. Still, they enchant modern readers just as they captivated the minds of Wampanoag storytellers thousands of years ago. So, guys, what did you think of this article? I mean, I always find that there's some truth to some of these myths and folklores. Like, for example, the Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot. There's a story about him, so there has to be some sort of plausibility to him. So I believe there's something to him. It may not be exactly what people are describing, but I believe that there's something like it that had occurred. I guess they're saying that they're still existing, but I do believe that there's something out there other than us. So I do find some plausibility to these myths. Guys, have you ever heard of the Pukwudgies? Comment below. And also, what is your favorite myth or folklore? Comment below. And I will see you on the next one.